Just answering questions with WebTech, part 2 for the day, because someone decided to bring up a subject that is designed to act like a landmine and set off hundreds and hundreds of pieces of information that have to be presented to even discuss the subject. Keeping an idiot busy. WebTech is brain damaged. Silly and nonsensical video. It's a bug because WebTech can't see a sonic boom? You also don't see any earthly propulsion system. Why assume the same characteristics would occur? The video we're talking about is someone setting up a drone up in the air and claiming, idiotically, that a unidentified flying object flew past it at ludicrous speed, but produced no sound wave, no bow shock visually in the low altitude he was at, because it flew across in front of him and by him, pretty much the same altitude. And between him and a hillside in the background, you can see it's between him and the hill that's maybe 1,000 feet away. This supposedly is either a really large aircraft traveling at thousands of miles an hour, producing no bow shock that would knock this stupid little drone out of the air or even move it, or produce a sound wave because he didn't record it. He didn't notice it, he said, because he couldn't hear it. He didn't see it because he said he didn't see the thing fly past. And it produces no dust storm or shockwave below, even though a firecracker or even a bullet can do that. Or it's a fucking bug. Some people think riots started by Antifa and BLM agitators are being funded by communists to destabilize America and create a socialist state. There have been many reports of piles of bricks magically showing up a day or two before the riot breaks out. There is clear evidence that small groups of people who are well organized come in and light a car on fire and then leave, while making the protesters take the blame. Yes. And in several cases, it's been found to just be random people wanting to do destructive things and get away with it and let them take the blame because the cops aren't doing anything. 2, in at least one, maybe one case, we've been able to confirm it's conservatives trying to make them look bad. And on the bricks, those were bricks that were being put in for cobbled brick paths and also for doing masonry work. You have to find a picture where it shows it in context by taking a photo very wide angle, one close-up, and 1 or 2 in every angle to make sure we know the situation. That sounds like an extraordinary amount of work, but suddenly when someone says we don't have to document things the way you want, that's not good enough. A lot of people have been caught deceptively editing, cropping, or just making sure they take photos in such a way that it convinces people of this Antifa brick delivered by the Soros thing. And they have actually been promoting this idea. But the trouble is, when you ask them where it was taken, where was this photo taken? Eventually Reddit figures out where it was taken from and goes out there and looks and says, yeah, it's a construction site. You lied. Even the conservatards on poll, a.k.a. Everybody Loves Donald, that's just Donald. Even the conservative idiots had to acknowledge that a lot of these, not all of them, a lot of them don't look suspicious at all. And once you see a bias of people trying to make everything look suspicious, you can stop paying attention to them. And they want that. Honestly, because you should stop paying attention to them. And also people who desperately don't want to critique them or correct them when they're lying will just keep reposting it on Facebook. I stopped looking into the brick pile assertion when it first came up. You know what seems more suspicious is, wow, this brick pile left by the Soros or the Clintons or whatever meme started up and then died out as soon as people started critiquing it. It's almost as if some fake conservatives came along to discredit this idea or whatever else. That's it. We're going to have 2 stories for the day. But yeah, somebody decided my UFO critique. I didn't even include the answers I just gave about the UFO being faked, but literally everything about the video says it's a bug. And a person who's being reasonable would say, okay, if it has to be an aircraft because you want it to be an aircraft, Show me some sort of evidence that it's an aircraft going by. If it's going by at 15,000 miles an hour at less than 300 feet above the ground, it's going to fucking do something else besides this. And as for this other one, yeah, it looks like people are showing up and trying to make sure that BLM and Antifa take the blame. Oddly enough, the most important reason being that there's virtually no sign of Antifa at most of these marches because they're not liked by BLM. They're not. Most of the time they don't get along. But this has brought some of them together. But, yeah, making them take the blame and piles of bricks being photographed deceptively, in my opinion. I haven't seen every single photo. But then again, a lot of the people made sure you couldn't find out where the photos were from. So they could take in pictures from different angles or just change the brick arrangement so that it was a different location. Here's a real good one. If what's-his-face from Project Veritas absolutely says it's true, then it's a lie. We'll use that as the basic reverse barometer test there. Yes, that's a joke about little big man. So thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.